Let's get this started with Kieran's opening remarks. So if we have a nice warm welcome for End2End's founder and CEO, Kieran Koditala.
Thanks for having us. Hello. Good morning. I hope you all enjoyed a good breakfast this morning. We had a lot of fun last night. But first of all, welcome to day 2 of Quantum Leap. We had a great event last night. Dr. Kim teed us off with this great story about neural network and adaptable neural pathways and how that's relevant for the age of AI. One of the things that we keep talking about internally at End2End is, if AI does everything, what are we humans supposed to do, right? At least for software development firms, that's a discussion we're having almost every day. We're able to see, over the last month, I've been doing some little bit of vibe coding myself. If you don't know what a vibe coding is, you can say, hey, cursor, do this, and it will actually build front-end, back-end, middleware, SQL applications, database applications. There's nothing it cannot do. Whether it is Cursor or Warp or Cloud Code or Codex, these are dev tools that are insanely powerful. I tell my team, like at this point, each of you have dedicated UI UX team, dedicated backend team, dedicated SQL team, and others. But that brings us to question. If AI does everything, what are we humans supposed to do? And that's the question we all need to ask as we evolve. Not in a stage of fear, but also in a stage of understanding what we humans are supposed to do. How do you make AI accountable by design? Before I talk about it, let me ask you a question. Okay. Before I talk about it, let me ask you a question. How many of you are willing to give me your social security number so that I can put it on the screen? Anybody? I hope it's 0, right? How many of you are willing to put all your employees' data, including their payroll data, so that we can put it on the screen? Their social security numbers, dates of birth, their PII information. Hopefully it's nobody, right? But we are using AI in such a way that we are actually putting this stuff at risk. Some people, we've heard stories where people are putting payroll information on ChatGPT just to sort it alphabetically. We're hearing stories about a DoD official uploading sensitive US intelligence data to ChatGPT or OpenAI just to, write it better. And I've heard stories about IP documents being put as well. So as we expand, we need to understand that AI, while powerful, it needs to be controlled. It needs to be managed. It needs to be audited. And unfortunately, none of the tools out there, especially OpenAI, that's used by 1 in every 7 person in the world, from what I heard, they're used by 1 billion people, is open market. People, there's no context control, there's no governance, there's no audit. They don't even make promises of keeping your data secure or private or even protected. And that's why we need to talk about how to make sure that we build a responsible, ethical, integrated, and secure AI. And that's really the foundation of Lightleap AI. When we started Lightleap, it was built on our integration foundation, where we built deep integrations with student information systems, learning management systems, CRM systems, and we wanted to build on our SOC 2 and FERPA protection, and that's how we built Lightleap. So how does ICCP, the new protocol we launched yesterday, it's called like Integrated Context Control Protocol. What does it mean? What it means is that every time you interact with AI, the wrapper or web application or mobile application goes through a security check. The security check will say, is this person authorized to request this information? Is this person authorized to receive this information? And is this person allowed to upload this data to the AI system? All of that is called context. Context with AI is everything. It allows the system to respond to a question based on the information you share with the system. The integrated context controls protocol is not just a system that we are built. We originally started to build it as an internal platform for us to build an applications on top of it. But now we are expanding it to a protocol so that anybody who wants to build an AI application can use it. The reason why we are doing that is because we feel responsible not only for building secure and integrated applications at end-to-end, but also allowing every institution to think about a security-conscious platform as we expand AI into advising solutions, student solutions, and CRM solutions as well. So what are the 5 core tenets of integrated context control protocol? Like we talked about, first is identity scope. The scope of this is a student, this is a faculty, this is a chancellor. And the scope is important because student can only access their grades. Faculty can only access the grades of their faculty, students that they teach. Advisors can only access the data of their advisees. And model descriptor allows us to, sorry, my confidence monitor is not here. Model descriptor allows us to understand what models are these resources allowed to use. And and then the resource role and policy role. I don't want to get too technical about this, but the idea is it's a protocol that will allow us to build responsible AI solutions. So let's look at it in action. Again, this looks like a piece of code, but it's actually very simple. All it is it's adding a payload on the system so that anytime you interact with an AI, you are sending a metadata to say, this is an advisor. This advisor is authorized to access this information. This advisor is not allowed to see full social security number. This advisor is not allowed to see whatever, mass date of birth. That is the policy, that is the ICCP protocol that we published. But something cool happened yesterday. I announced this to a group of students yesterday morning as part of our hackathon and said, they were the first people outside of end-to-end who heard the term called integrated context control protocol. And some of them were obviously master students that have data sciences background. Some of them were students that did not have any technology background. A couple of them had UI UX programming experience. And we introduced this technology to them, and within 6 hours, they were able to build full applications using this platform. So why is that important to you guys? The reason why that's important is because if some students with semi-technical skills can use this policy and use this protocol and build applications on it, we should ask more from our internal teams and the software development partners as well. And that's why we are making this ICCP a real technology, not only as an internal proprietary tool, but we want to make it so that anybody who wants to build applications can follow this protocol. Not only that, we'll publish it to open source so that people can build on it, expand on it, and add more plugins or adapters or extensions to the protocol. Because we believe that having a secure, ethical, reliable AI is the only way we can let AI do AI things so that humans can do more human things. We as humans have responsibility to put controls on AI. We have responsibility to put guardrails so that AI can only access the information that it's allowed to use. And this is the example of how we implemented it within our Lightleap AI platform. At Lightleap AI, we can put controls, and again, I know there's a bunch of screenshots you can come and see on our podium here to see these screenshots live. But at Lightleap AI, you can say, this is my Canvas API key. I can set up my API key, and after the API key, you can put a context to say, when I ask for grades, only show math grades or social grades. You can set controls at a user level, institution level, or a cross-institution level as well. And adding ICCP is not just about rewriting the entire AI stack at all. It is truly a layer on top of it. You're adding, just like you're adding LDAP or authentication system, you're adding a protocol on top of it so that when they log in, they call the ICCP adapter so that it will allow your students, faculty, administrators, chancellors to use it. It's not extremely technical. It's just a way to authenticate the system. So I will continue to, I don't want to get too technical about any of this, but my closing thought is, if we are going to use AI for everything, we need to rethink how you're going to put guardrails on it so that we use AI responsibly, securely, ethically, and most importantly, make it integrated so that you're not creating one more silo. You have a student information system that has all the data you need. You'll hear from Jeff Dinsky about how Ellucian is expanding into AI and SaaS and collaborating with partners like End2End. You'll hear from different customers using secure AI platforms like Lightleap on specific bespoke solutions. In fact, you can stop by any of our pods here to see how Atlas can process millions of documents with a click of a button, how Orion can process frauds and detect frauds with a click of a button, how Polaris can identify students who are in need and help them solve it immediately, and Prism is helping with document ingestion. I want you to hear from the attendees. I want you to see the developers that are building the application. Remembering that whether you're uploading a transcript or a social security number or an admissions application or the entire SIS, we are keeping your data security at the top of our mind. That's why we are focused on our SOC 2. That's why we're focused on FERPA and HIPAA controls. And you should expect the same from any AI platform you use, whether it is ChatGPT or Claude or anything else. If you're not using AI responsibly, you're being irresponsible to your students. You're being irresponsible to your institution. You're letting your students be at risk. And that's what we want to avoid. We take your information security seriously. That's why after this week, we will commit integrated context control protocol as an open source project so that any developer can build on it, use it, expand on it, so that they can also build responsible, secure, ethical, and integrated applications. So let's go build responsible AI solutions together. Welcome to Quantum Leap.
Thank you, Kiran.